Pele, King of Soccer, El Rey del Fútbol. A bilingual picture book by Monica Brown, illustrated by Rudy Gutierrez, read by Miss St. Germain. Watch as the famous number 10 flips the soccer ball up, down, and around with his magic feet. Pele runs across the field like a cheetah, dribbling like a dancer. Can Pele score 3 goals in one game? A hat trick? He traps the ball with his thighs and ankles, and before it even touches the ground, he shoots. Pele and his team have won again. The crowd chants, Pele, Pele, Ore, Pele the king. But Pele was not always so famous. Once he was a boy from the town of Tres Coracoes in Brazil, the largest country in South America. Pele's family was very poor, so sometimes he worked shining shoes and selling meat pies to help them. Every evening, no matter how tired they were, Pele and his father, Don Dino, would play soccer in the streets. Whoops! Sometimes Pele accidentally broke a window or kicked the ball over a fence. When he was almost 10 years old, Pele came home and found his father crying. "Why are you sad, Papa?" he asked. "I am sad because Brazil has lost the World Cup. Everyone in Brazil is sad tonight." "Don't worry, I will win the World Cup for you one day," Pele promised. Pele loved to play soccer with his friends. They didn't have enough money for a ball, so they used a grapefruit instead. If they couldn't find a grapefruit, they would stuff an old sock with newspapers. Pele and his friends started their own soccer team. When the other team saw that Pele and his teammates couldn't afford shoes, they nicknamed them the Barefoot Team. But the Barefoot Team kept winning. One day, a famous Brazilian soccer player invited Pele to try out for a professional team. At 15, Pele became the youngest player on the Santos Soccer Club team. The coach thought that Pele was too skinny and ordered him to eat and eat and eat. For the first time in his life, Pele had all the food his stomach could hold. Finally, it was time for Pele to play soccer in his first professional match. Pele uses his famous bicycle kick to trick the other team. His knees bend and his legs twirl backward until his foot connects to the ball. When he was 17 years old, Pele played in his first World Cup final for Brazil. On the day of the game, Pele remembered his promise to his father. Pele sees that his teammate Vava is open and kicks the ball to him in a perfect pass. Pele's team won. The Brazilians were the world champions of soccer for the first time. Listening on the radio at home, Pele's father cried, this time because he was so happy. With Pele playing for the national team, Brazil won 2 more World Cups. Pele traveled all over the world playing soccer, and wherever he went, people admired him. He met kings, queens, and presidents, spreading the love of soccer to children and adults everywhere. But there was one more thing that Pele wanted to do. No soccer player had ever scored 1,000 goals. Pele had scored 999. It was a rainy November day, and 80,000 fans had come to see Pele play. Pele dribbles toward the goal line, and his opponent trips him. Penalty kick. Pele looks at the ball. He looks at the fans. He looks at the goalie. Can you guess what happens? Pele Ore kicks and scores his 1,000th.